Hey guys, and thanks for tuning in. I guess from the title of this, you can see what to buy before the gun ban. I put together a small combination of guns that I think would be both cheap and what you should buy. The first one is the Caltech PMR 30. You can find these, I've seen them with ammunition loaded with like 500 rounds of ammunition for like 500 bucks. This is a 30 round high capacity gun, 22 Magnum. If you're looking for something that's high capacity, this definitely will be on the banned gun list. It definitely will be a high capacity gun. It's going to be gone. And buy some extra magazines for it too. The Caltech PMR, they make a Generation 1 and a Generation 2. You want to try to get the Generation 2 because the Generation 1s had some problems with their barrels. They make a fairly amount of different colors. This you can put a optic on it. It has fiber optic rear and front sights. It holds 30 rounds of 22 Magnum, and that means you don't have to add anything to this, which is kind of nice because now's the time, because if you buy it, you can always sell it. Don't have to keep it. You buy it, put the gun away. And if the ban doesn't go through, you can sell it. If the ban does go through, you can sell it. You buy this gun for 400 bucks or something, you'll probably be selling this for 1,500. If there's a ban, you will make a lot of money on this. That's why if you could get one, it's a good time to get it, because you can always sell the gun for basically what you paid. The next gun is a little bit more expensive, and I picked this gun because this is a 5.7 FN 5.7. Now the FN 5.7, they make a few models, but the only ones we're really concerned with are the USG and the Mark II. The USG model comes in a flat dark earth. It comes in black, and so does the Mark II. It comes in a flat dark earth and a black. I think the USG even comes in an OD green, but it doesn't matter what color you get. These guns are going to be a little bit more expensive. They hold 20 or 30 rounds, but it's a very high capacity gun. It's a better gun than the Caltech PMR. It shoots the 5.7 by 28 millimeter bullet. Now that bullet is very, very accurate versus the PMR just uses a rim fire, whereas this is a center fire, a true center fire gun. And the nice thing about it, 30 rounds of bullets. Price-wise, you can pick these up probably used. They're already going up a little. I would say new, you can get them for about 12. If you really look, probably 11.50. If you are going to buy it on the open market, probably about 13, 12. That's what people usually want. Now, if you get a USG, you might find a USG for $1,000. I've seen a lot of people selling these for about 1,400 with like 500 rounds of ammunition. I'm actually looking at one of these right now because my other 5.7 I sold because I needed the cash, and I found one for about 14 with 500 rounds of ammunition, two 20-round magazines. So as soon as I get the cash, I'm going to probably buy that. But you can always sell it, so it doesn't matter. You can get it, but you can always sell it. So if you've got like revolvers and 1911s and stuff like that, they're not real high capacity, probably a good time to get rid of them and get something that's a high capacity gun, because you know that's going to be on the chopping block. But the 5.7 would be a very good choice. It just depends on you. But 5.7 is another one. Okay, the next thing, where would our discussion be without the Glock? Glocks make some great high capacity guns. They're very cheap. You can get Glock 19s if you look hard enough for like $4,450. Very reliable. 17 rounds, or Glock 19 rounds. They have high capacity magazines, 33 round magazines for them. They have 27 round magazines for them. I think they make 50 round drums, and I even think I've seen 100 round drums. Your Glocks are definitely a good gun to get. The thing is, with any of these guns, you want to stock up on high capacity magazines. If you can't get the gun, buy high capacity magazines. Go out and spend $500 on high capacity magazines. Good idea to get them while you can. because you could sell the high capacity magazines probably for about $100 a piece if they do go into some type of ban. I remember when they just thought about the bans, high capacity magazines were going to $85 a piece. You could have bought them for like 10 or 20, and they were getting up to almost 100. And they will go more. If a ban comes in, forget it. They're going to be so expensive, it's going to be like gold. You can make some good money on it. But we hope it doesn't. But looks like, crooked Hillary, if she gets elected, definitely we're going to have a problem. But Glock definitely is in the pocketbook, in the marketplace, is definitely a good choice to get. Okay, another one. You see I have some AR-15 lowers here. I'm not really bringing up the AR-15s because they're all over the place. However, you can find them for $500 or $600. But if you buy AR lowers, you can get them much, much cheaper, and you will still be able to get the parts for them. They won't be banned. I would say your AR lower receivers or AR complete lowers, you can look around. You can find some good deals. I see people got them for $50, $100. If you could buy 3 or 4 of them and put away, I mean, those lowers that you buy today for $200, you probably could sell for $1,000 or $500 because you're not going to be able to get them. They're not going to be made anymore. So whether it's a cheap one or an expensive, it would be a great idea. And also make sure you get magazines for them. That's a big one. Magazines. Get some 30-round PMags or 40 rounds. I think they make 50s. And look around. You can find them pretty cheap still. You can get them probably for $10 or $20. Get them now. I mean, even if they buy a lot, even if you bought 5, that $100 that you spent, you probably make $600 in a few months. Now that is if that ban in fact goes through. We don't know. But even when there's a thought of a ban, but if she gets elected, and I wouldn't wait until she gets elected. You got a month, which is much time. I would probably act as soon as you could. So myself, I'm going to try to get some, just put it away. Even if I don't use it, it'll be an investment, really, because the price of everything is just going to triple, very, very expensive. But like I say, ARs right now, you could probably pick up your cheap Walmart, types, $500-$600. You could pick them up. The lowers you could probably pick up anywhere from $50 to $150. $150 would be getting a little bit more expensive, but definitely that would be a good thing to pick up. Are your AR lowers and AR-15s. You don't need triggers and parts like that because they'll always be available in barrels, pretty much. I would say the lower receiver, and I would try to get complete ones because you don't want to have to drill and all this. But there is kits you can buy. There's 80% ones and this, and you could get them, but then somebody's going to have to modify it. There is some cheap ones out there right now. I would probably get the AR lowers. That's definitely a key. And I guess I want to sum it up with the last thing I would probably get is ammunition. And that's really a big one because, it's just like not having gasoline. You're not going to be able to run your car. So without ammunition, you're not going to be able to run your gun. Now, how much is enough ammunition? That's going to depend on you if you do shooting. But, it's always a good bartering tool. But if you have, and ammunition's fairly cheap, right now too. So, I've seen Smith & Wesson 500 ammunition for about $275 for 250 rounds on the internet. Granted, it's not the highest quality or the best, but if you buy a box of that and put it away, you can always sell it for what you bought it for, or if they do anything with the ammunition, you could sell it for more. But if you could find a deal, like I said, I found a deal with a 5.7, guy wanted 15, brand new Mark II, flat dark earth. I don't care about the flat dark earth or anything. 500 rounds of ammunition in a gun. Of course, he only had 2 magazines, but that's okay. Get him down to 14. That's not bad because your ammunition's a few $100. So that's about kind of what you would buy, but I want to get it now. And I haven't seen many 5.7s around now. They're going down. But with this with this ban and everything, the people that are selling them, I don't think they should be selling their 5.7s. Now we get 24 days away from an election. I really wouldn't sell them because you don't know what's going to happen. And then, like if you buy a PMR, get some ammunition with it. So if you can buy a gun that has ammunition with it, it would be a good deal. I saw a PMR 30 for $560 with 500 rounds of ammunition with it and a few extra magazines. That's a pretty good price. That's worth just taking it and put it in a safe and leaving the damn thing there. Because nice thing about that, if they don't ban, you can sell it. That's the thing. You can always sell it. So whatever you have now, think in terms of, will it still be around? So if you have a 1911, you could sell that at 1911, buy 2 PMRs, you know what I mean, and put those away. Or put a little extra money with it and, buy a 5.7 or something, because you will always be able to get a Smith & Wesson 500 or, or like a 1911. The Glocks, I don't know, because they're high capacity. They'll probably try to get rid of those. But definitely on the chopping block are going to be your ARs, your PMR 30s, your 5.7s, your ARs, AR lowers, AR parts, lower receivers, definitely high capacity magazines, and some of your other higher capacity guns are going to be, but mainly the 30s and the 20s. They're going to definitely try to get rid of those because they're going to try to consider them assault guns. But that is my, I guess, recommendation, what you guys should get. I wouldn't wait very long because you don't want to wait to the last day. You're not going to find nothing. I haven't done really any research or been looking, but I am going to start looking here in the next week or so to see the prices. Try to buy some magazines and stuff like that and put them aside. But thanks a lot for tuning in. Have a great day. But it's going to be a sorry day in America if Hillary Clinton gets in. It's going to just destroy the whole Second Amendment, the whole fabric of the United States. And I can only speak out to people out there if they're undecided voters. You don't want Hillary, and it's stupidity to vote for Jill Stein or that Gary Johnson. It's ridiculous because they're not going to win. I mean, a vote for anybody but Trump is a vote for Hillary Clinton.